Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. Happy New Year's Eve to you. Whoop, whoop. New Year's Eve is in the house. New Year's Eve is in the hizzy. I don't know why I said that. It just sounded good at the time, but Happy New Year's Eve. Or actually, Happy New Year's Day if you're like in Australia, because it's already 2025. So, hello. Thank you for listening to another episode. I appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. What is keeping me up? New Year's. New Year's and the fact that I have never been so excited for a new year in my life, because a new year brings a new leader. We are going to welcome Trump. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to get rid of the old hag that is Kamala, the old sack of wrinkly craziness that is Biden, the liar that is Karine Jean-Pierre, or whatever the hell her name is. I just cannot wait for competence. I can't wait for coherent speech. I can't wait for accountability. I mean, how nice will it be to have crime go down because we are going to get rid of these illegal aliens? But of course, not before the Biden administration has decided that they are going to tear apart the wall in front of us. They're going to do it blatantly right in front of our eyeballs. They're going to make us watch as they tear down the wall that we paid for. They're sitting there right in front of us, blatantly tearing down something that we paid for. And here's the kicker. They're going to go sell it. And then if we want it, we have to buy it back. To me, that's the equivalent of, let's say I have an apartment and I've paid through the end of the month. Let's say I've paid through the 31st. But let's say I move out on the 25th. That apartment is still mine for the next 6 days. I've paid for that apartment for the next 6 days. It doesn't matter that I'm not living in it anymore. It doesn't matter that I've moved out already. They do not get to move somebody else in and collect rent from another person because I've already paid until the end of the month. So that apartment or that house is mine until the 31st, regardless if I'm living in it, and they don't get to collect rent from another person. That's double dipping. And right now, that is what the Biden administration is doing. They're double dipping, and they're doing it blatantly in front of us, and they're proud of themselves, and they think that they're smart, and they're laughing about it. They're laughing as they're destroying taxpayers' money and just throwing it out the window and selling it for peanuts. It'd be nice if we could turn around and all of us as American citizens could buy it, could buy pieces of the wall, and then return it right back to America and just give it for free. Just say, no, don't buy it back from us, or buy it for a penny. Buy it for a cent. Because the Biden administration, again, right in front of us, knowing that we paid for it, knowing that we want it, knowing that this next administration wants the wall, they just want to tear it down because they want our taxes to go up, and they want to say that Trump is the reason that our taxes went up. They want to go, look, under Trump administration, your taxes just skyrocketed. Look what happened when Trump was president, and now they're going to try to start a whole new disease too. They're going to start this bird flu thing. If they think that people are going to stay in their homes, again, like they tried to do with COVID, I didn't even comply when they did that with COVID. And those that did comply with COVID originally, most of those people aren't going to do it again. So I don't know what they think they're trying to pull, because no one is going to stay inside again. No one's going to wear a mask again. I mean, sure, there are going to be the crazy lefts that do. There are going to be the diehard people that think that, we need to wear a mask again, and they're going to buy into it. But I like how every time Trump is in office, they do the same tired thing. They start the same fucking thing again, They're like, oh, time to say that we have some kind of horrible disease out there that we're all going to die from. Time to dismantle the wall so that the taxpayers can pay more money again. I mean, it's clockwork. It is just, they're playing out of the same old, tired playbook, and it's ridiculous. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait for not just tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's the 1st and Trump's not president tomorrow, but I just cannot wait until they're gone. It's like this world has hope again. We finally have hope. We finally can breathe again. But it's sad that we're putting all of our eggs in one basket, because we still need to, as citizens of America, we still need to do our part. We can't just have it all up to Trump. He's not God. We have to participate. If we want our country to be good, we have to make it good. It's not up to one person. He can't do everything, But oh my gosh, my cat thinks that he's dying right now. While I was trying to do an episode, this is like my 3rd recording, because while I was trying to record, my cat I was laying in bed. That's what I get for laying in bed and trying to do a podcast. I should be doing it in a studio like normal people instead of laying in bed like a weirdo. But my cat's way of getting my attention and trying to get me to get my fat ass up to feed him is he kept walking across my face like I was a piece of furniture. He just kept walking across my face. And when that wasn't working, he decided to literally sit on my head. And then when I just pushed him off and that didn't work, he decided to put his nose against my nose, put his face right up against my face, and then put his paw on my face as if to say, woman, look at me. Look at me, woman, and feed me right now. Don't forget about me. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. Yes, I got it. I hear you. So I had to redo the podcast several times because he was very insistent that I get my ass up and feed him. He's demanding. He sounds like a leftist right now. He's crying and throwing a temper tantrum. He sounds just like a leftist. But anyways, New Year's. So happy New Year's to those of you that's already 2025. What up, Australia? I'm not one for resolutions. Like I've talked about before, once I say I'm going to do something out loud and everybody else can hear it, I tend to not follow through. And so I don't do resolutions. But to those that do, what are your resolutions? I like people that, if you make resolutions and you follow through, that's amazing. It's kind of funny that people tend to want to change on like a particular day. Like they're like, it helps them to know, okay, this is a new year. And since it's a new year, I want to start fresh. So it kind of resets. But for me, I just I have to think of something that I want to change, or if there's something that I want to change or something I need to do. Like I've said before, I can't make a resolution about it because I won't do it. But I'm hoping that everybody out there that does have resolutions, I know you guys are going to follow through. You got this. You got this. Whatever your resolution is, you can do it. You've got it. That didn't sound right. That sounded weird. But I'm not a big resolution person, and I'm also not one to go out on New Year's because to me, everything costs $1 million. I don't want to pay $20 for a drink. I don't want to be in crowds where, I want to dance. I love to dance. I love to dance. But I don't like trying to dance in a teeny tiny little bubble with my arms next to me like a freaking T-Rex where you have no room to dance. I need room to dance. I don't want to dance in a little tiny bubble and be bumping elbows with people all the time. And I don't want to spend $20 on a drink And I don't want to be screaming at the top of my lungs just to try to hear people talk. I don't want to have a whole conversation while I'm yelling over somebody. That's just not, oh my God, my dog's going crazy. I don't want to have a conversation like that. It's not my cup of tea. But hey, to everybody else that is going out, be safe, act crazy, have a good time, but be safe. Be safe and, don't drink and drive. Not to sound like a mom, but we don't need drinking and driving. Get a cab, get an Uber, have a designated driver. But I'm just not one to go out. I don't want to spend $20 on a drink. I don't want to go out to crowds. I'm going to be I sound like a spinster because I'm perfectly content hanging out with my animals, watching a show and not spending the money and not dealing with the crowds. I'm okay. Our town does do fireworks on New Year's, but it's pretty darn foggy. So I don't know if that's going to change tonight or not, but they do fireworks over the river, which is pretty cool. I love fireworks, man. They're so great. But hey, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, if it's already New Year's to you, I hope it brings peace. I hope it brings peace. I hope it brings hope. I just feel like with Trump coming in office, people can finally breathe again. I think people are feeling like, oh, there is hope. We know that there's an end in sight from this terrible administration. I think we are all just feeling like we just want to be cut free of the monster that is the Biden administration. We just want to be free of that, and it can't come any sooner. I wonder what Karine Jean-Paul, or Karine Jean-Paul, whatever the hell her name is, I wonder what she's going to do. I wonder where she's going to go. I wonder what Kamala's going to do. Biden isn't doing hot. We unfortunately know that he doesn't have much longer, I don't think. But what's Jill going to do? What's Pelosi going to do? What's Kakala going to do? What's Karine going to do? I don't know. But I'm just glad that they're not going to be a part of that. We don't have to deal with them anymore. Oh my gosh, are you seriously that hungry? Yeah? Lord have mercy. My cat just genuinely feels like he's never eaten a day in his life. Sorry, you guys have to feed my cat with me. He's insistent upon this. Oh my Lord. So for New Year's, I have no resolutions because, as I've said, I don't do them. But if you have resolutions, I hope you follow through. And if you're going out, I hope you're safe. But I just wanted to say Happy New Year's to everybody. And hey, here's a resolution. If you do resolutions, your resolution could be to listen to the ramblings of an insomniac and then tell a friend about it. Tell a friend. Say, hey, there's this crazy lady who does these podcasts where you hear her cat in the background and you hear all of these, you hear the FedEx truck and it's completely unprofessional and horrible sound quality. And she doesn't say anything of worthwhile. And she kind of babbles and rambles and doesn't make sense most of the time, but it's a great podcast. So for New Year's, we could start the trend of listening to the ramblings of an insomniac, right? Those of you that are cool enough to tune in every day, those of you that have the taste, have taste and listen to my podcast, thank you. Thank you so much. I genuinely, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It means the world to me that, that you guys, like I say, I don't know how to say it in different ways to make it. I sound like I'm not being genuine because I say the same thing, but I really genuinely mean it. I do. If you're taking your time and your energy to listen to me when you could be doing other things, you could be listening to other podcasts, you could be doing other things, and yet you're taking your time and energy to listen to me. And I appreciate it. I really do. There's a lot of podcasts out there, and I'm certainly no Joe Rogan or Theo Vaughn. And so it means the world to me that you guys have been hanging out with me, that you've been faithful to me, It's awesome. And I've noticed that my podcast, every day, it seems like I'm getting more and more listeners. And so I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. So if this is your first time or if you've been with me since the beginning, welcome. And I appreciate you all very much. And again, like Russia and um, Finland and Norway and Singapore, holy cow, I've been getting a lot of listeners from those countries. So thank you. Thank you from no matter where you are. But I've been noticing that Russia and Norway and Singapore has been tuning in a lot lately. And shout out to Allison and shout out to Lane and Paige. Happy New Year to you guys. You guys have been listening to me from the very beginning, and I love you guys very much. Happy New Year to you. So I just wanted to say a quick Happy New Year's and wish everybody the best and say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I hope that you continue to listen. And by the way, if you have any suggestions or if you have things that you want me to talk about or think I could improve upon or whatever, feel free to email me and let me know your thoughts at ramblingsofaниnsomniac49 at gmail. That's ramblingsofaниnsomniac49 at gmail. Feel free to send me an email. Let me know if you can think of some things you'd like me to talk about or some things I could improve upon. Whatever, just let me know. Anyway, happy 2025. And until next year, I will talk to you guys next year.